It's been a while since we got to watch a BoraCity Magazine video exposing all the haters of this BTS world. Today we are watching BTS versus attendance award shows, and being one of the people that attended a award show where BTS performed, I'm sure I have a lot to say. Let's go.
You know BTS!
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Landon, and we are here again today for some more trash talk, okay? I'm ready, I'm fired up, I am hopefully not gonna pop off at the mouth too much, but today we're watching one of our favorite content creators here on YouTube, BoraCity Magazine, in a new video called BTS versus Attendance at Award Shows. And if you know, if you've been ARMY for a while and been watching the Grammys, going through all of that, if you've been ARMY for a while, watching the Billboard Music Awards, watching the American Music Awards, watching everything, then you know we got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. This week we need to give a huge shout out and thank you to Sunnie. So radio show host is your dream job, huh? How about award show host? I think you nail both, as you wouldn't tolerate any of this bullshit. Yeah. I see that's probably why they would never hire me, Sunnie. That's probably why. Much love, and as always, criticism is directed at the companies and the media, not the artists involved. That is one thing that I'm sure is going to come up in this video a lot, so keep that in mind. Thank you again so much to Sunnie. These are some of my favorite videos to watch.
Before you dislike the video or leave a hate comment because you assume my opinion on this, I want to ask everyone to please watch the full video first. My intention is not to discredit any artist's music or achievements. What I want is for every fandom to realize that this practice is not good for anyone. It may seem like it's nothing because your favorite artist is winning, but it's actually hurting them and every other artist in the music industry. But let me start at the beginning. A couple of weeks ago, the 2022 Video Music Awards were premiered on MTV. BTS were nominated for 6 categories. 4 of these were fan-voted categories, meaning that the artist with the most votes wins. BTS's large dedicated fandom, ARMY, are without a doubt the biggest voting force in the world. ARMY has not lost a single voting in any big award show in the US or in South Korea. That is, when the voting rules are strictly followed. So that means that BTS were taking home at least 4 awards that night, right?
Yeah, 100.
Not really. As ARMYs were already expecting, the winners of every category were being announced throughout the night, and BTS were losing all of them. Several news outlets also reported that another act won Group of the Year, the biggest category BTS were nominated to, but this was before the winners were officially announced by MTV. So in the end, BTS won a total of 1 award that night. But how did ARMYs and the media already know that BTS were going to lose? The answer is extremely simple. They were not there. And this is not a conspiracy theory or a crazy guess.
Nope.
The MTV VMAs are probably the most famous attendance awards, which is when an award show ultimately decides who is going to be the winner of categories they promoted as fan-voted categories. ARMYs know this, the media knows this, the artists know this, and MTV admits this.
Official voting rules. Let's see what the rules are.
Now, you may be thinking, isn't this illegal?
Of course.
Well, it's technically not, because even though MTV promotes in every platform imaginable, telling people to vote for your favorite artist. Here's the link. You need to vote for this category on our website. You need to vote for this on our Instagram. If you go all the way down their official voting rules, which you need to look for yourself because there's not a disclaimer or anything like that before you vote, you can find this. A sponsor reserves the right at its sole discretion to cancel, terminate, amend, modify, extend, or suspend the voting process, and reserves the right in its sole discretion to determine the winners. Read that again. MTV's sponsor reserves the right to determine the winners. So it doesn't matter if an artist loses the votings. If MTV wants them to win, they have the right to do so and not tell you about it. And the media knows this. This magazine wrote, at a sponsor's sole discretion seems to be the key here. MTV has all these rules, but then sticks lines like this in there to ensure that no matter what, it's MTV and not the voters calling.
And that's what makes me the most upset, is because what this does is this creates nothing but buzz for the award show. Because what they make you do is to retweet, to go and post somewhere, to comment, to give more engagement to the company putting on the show, knowing good and well that none of it matters, but they're getting free promo out of it. And who is the one group that you want to get your free promo from? The biggest voting force in the world, like our friend BoraCity Magazine said. It's just so disheartening to see that they can have this written in the legal documents and get away with calling it a fan vote.
in the shots. This entertainment critic said for a magazine, "I think it gives credence to the long-standing suspicion that MTV will alter who the awards go to, regardless of fan votes, if an artist is going to be present and or announce something."
Which artist will take home VMA for the video of the year?
I always
The
have a
fact
hunch that
MTV
some
can
award
ultimately
shows
choose any winner they want
tell
doesn't
them.
mean that every winner lost the votes. It just means that if the actual winner is not present, MTV will ask one of the losers who is attending if they want to receive the award. If they accept, they will get it, and the actual winner will lose. Or at least this is what it's said by the media and the artists themselves.
Where's the
Sheeran
tea?
said this
Where's
for a
the tea?
magazine in 2015. "I got the BMA because Pharrell didn't turn up. I did. They said, he's not here. Do you want it?"
T. Whenever you got somebody like that, like Ed Sheeran saying that in 2015 and things weren't changing about it, that's crazy. That's crazy. I guess it's gonna have to take people like Army to make some difference.
The VMAs is one of the most famous award shows in America. So many iconic moments from the music industry
Growing up,
happen
yeah.
here. However, it's not considered one of the
No.
big three, which are the American Music Awards, the Billboard Music Awards, and the Grammys. And the VMAs are not considered one of the big three because it lacks professionalism. They don't only choose whoever they want as the winners and make it seem like they won the votings. But
Okay.
also, the VMAs don't have any clear criteria on why they nominate the artists they nominate. This is something that the Big Three does carefully.
Okay, so MTV is really just a fake. It's just fake. It's
The
all fake.
American Music Awards
I was here.
nominates artists
I was
who
here.
release music during their eligibility
was
period,
there.
have good sales, radio airplay, activity on social networks, and video views. These are all public numbers, so it is possible to
Yes.
predict the artists nominated because they follow these criteria. The Billboard Music Awards nominates artists who release music during their eligibility period and have the highest sales, streams, and radio airplay.
Fuck the
This
radio.
is mainly based on their own Billboard charts, so it's even easier to predict the nominated artists because they are right there. If you were present on the Billboard Hot 100, you are going to be nominated. The Grammys are different because they nominate whoever they want based on whatever they want, basically. And the ones who do this are known as the Academy, and they are supposed to be experts from the music
Screw the
industry.
Academy.
This weak criteria creates so many controversies and corruption problems. However, unlike the BMAs, they don't ask the public to vote and then choose whoever they
That's
want
why we
as
always
the
feel so
winners.
hopeless.
And of course, I'm not saying that the way these three award shows nominate artists is perfect. They also do weird tricks and twists to not nominate certain artists. For example, both the Billboard Music Awards and the American Music Awards deleted the Top Social Artist category once BTS started winning every single year, even though Justin Bieber also used to win this category for years in a row and no one did anything.
That's what gets
Thank you
me.
everyone for loving our song, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
The good
Gotta
thing
focus
is
on what we focusing on. That's what it is. It's the xenophobia. It's the fact that American people, especially the higher ups in these companies, which in my head, I just assume are these cis white men trying to control what everyone in the United States loves. They are like, we can't have a non-white boy winning the fan voted award. What does that say about Americans' favorite music? That's not how I think. I'm saying that's exactly what they're thinking here. That's the reason they're getting rid of all these awards that are voted on in pure truth. Like, it's literally the truth. We're voting for who we want. Who we want doesn't win. The one with the most votes doesn't win. How is that fair? What will keep us coming back to your show?
that at least the Billboard Music Awards and the American Music Awards lets BTS be nominated and win the categories they clearly deserve to be nominated to. And not because I say so, but because the numbers don't lie.
La,
This
la,
is
la,
why
la.
BTS's first
Numbers
nominations in
don't
America
lie.
were for the American Music Awards and the Billboard Music Awards, because they had the numbers, so they deserve to be nominated. Only after it was obvious that BTS brings huge audiences to these awards, the VMAs started nominating them because the VMAs don't rely on numbers. They don't have any
Using
criteria.
them.
Another example, Butter deserved to be nominated and win Top Selling Song at the 2022 Billboard Music Awards because it was the song that sold the most copies during the eligibility period. However, My Universe deserved to be nominated for Top Rock Song, but they didn't win because there was another rock song with a higher average of sales, streams, and radio play. So it's fine that BTS lost.
Fair.
Compare these strict criteria to the VMAs. MTV simply decides what is popular based on intuition, I guess, and then build the nominations around the artists who are going
Feels.
to attend the ceremony.
And that's it right there. You know, it gives me, number one, they're obviously using BTS for their show. We know that. They're using them for views, even things like the Grammys and stuff like that. We know they use them for views. They put them at the end of the show. They make us watch the entire thing. Just did not give them any awards. Fine, whatever. This is so off topic, but this also kind of comes into play with a lot of reactors that I've been seeing drama with on YouTube and stuff lately. I'm not the type of person that like brings that up or wants to talk about it and cause and bring drama to this channel. This is a chill channel. But like, Army, you can't be out here supporting reactors that support people like Andrew Tate. Quote Namjoon to defend themselves for supporting Andrew Tate. Knowing what you know, Army, about BTS's values, love yourself and love everybody else. You can't be associated with somebody that's misogynistic as Andrew Tate. Follow him, support him, and publicly say that you're still going to support him and then be a BTS reactor. That's not how it works, sweeties. I'm sorry. That's literally the definition of using BTS for clout, and that's what pisses me off. And it makes me sad because I am somebody who just genuinely loves these boys, and I don't care about views, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to clickbait out. I'm not going to trick you to watch this video. I just want to chill. I want to chill and watch these videos with y'all, and if y'all to join me, that's cool. That's how I feel like it should be for reactors and how it should be for music shows also when it comes to BTS. BTS, if it's fair along all the ways, it's okay if BTS loses. It's okay. I'm not going to be here and be like it's rigged if they lose if it's a legit criteria. But what pisses me off is when you use them for clout and then don't give them the flowers they deserve. Like, that's the whole point of why I fell in love with BTS. The messages they're giving, the talent they possess. So for you to just literally stomp all over that just to get clout for yourself, whether you're an award show or a reactor, fuck you. How about that? Go learn to love yourself.
For example, at the last year's VMAs, Permission to Dance was not nominated to anything because the nominations announcement was on July. So they included it in this year's nomination list. This means that their eligibility period for this year's VMAs was from June 2021 to June 2022. That's why Permission to Dance, released in July, was nominated this year and not last year. However, this K-pop group was confirmed to attend the awards. So MTV
She said this K-pop group. Don't even want to say the name.
Even though they have not released any music in the past 2 years.
It's fine.
So, BTS's performance for Minecraft was nominated for Best Metaverse Performance. This K-pop group's virtual performance was also nominated for this category, even though it was not released during the eligibility period from June 2021 to June 2022. The performance was from July 22nd to July 31st, and the nominations were announced on July 26th. So how could they be nominated before their concert even finished? How did the BMAs see the future and know that they were going to have strong enough numbers to be nominated? And even if they were psychics,
that's so Raven?
This group should be nominated next year, not this year, just like they did with Permission to Dance. And
Crazy, right?
I'm not the only ones saying this. Ariana Grande was also nominated for Best Metaverse Performance and had 250,000 more votes than this K-pop group. So if not BTS, Ariana Grande should have won, but she was not there, so she lost.
To call these guys international superstars honestly feels like an understatement.
How was this K-pop group nominated for Group of the Year when they didn't
She really won't say their name.
song as a group in the past 2 years? Also, the semifinals for Group of the Year were public votes on Instagram, and it seems like there were way more people voting for BTS than for this other group. So it seems like they were nominated and won because they were there and BTS were not.
Won for a second. That group eventually lost, but for a particular reason I'll explain later. Okay. Just kind of say it here. I've been saying, oh, you know, Bora's not saying the name and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. Like, if Bora doesn't want to say it, I will. Blackpink, okay? Listen. If y'all know this channel too, you know that I'm going to be here giving my respect to every single artist that puts their work, their vulnerability, their artistry on the line. I know how hard that is, and I think everybody deserves their flowers if they do it. Some deserves a bigger bouquet because they worked for many more years, have a larger catalog, have more fans. But that's not to say that other groups like Blackpink are bad and don't deserve it. It's a very shady practice here in the US that they're doing this. If you're not there, whatever, you win, blah, blah, blah. And that does nothing but make these fan wars worse. You see what I'm saying? And that's what makes me mad, is because they don't even know what they're doing by doing this kind of thing. Anyway, it says here that Bora has more to explain, so I don't want to jump the shark. Let's keep going. Every corner of my mind, what you gonna do now?
How did Hellllo win Song of the Summer, a fan-voted category against Jungkook from BTS
At
and
least
Puth,
not
and
with
he currently
glamorous.
has less fans willing to vote for him. And even if you don't like BTS, how can Hellllo have more fans
That's
than
the other
Doja
thing.
Cat? Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, or Harry Styles. I'm sorry, but that's just impossible. There is simply no way Jack Harlow won the voting. It should have been Jungkook, and if not him, any other artist from this list would have made more sense than Jack Harlow. But he attended and was destined to win. He was even one of the MCs, so I guess the VMAs thought that it would have been
That makes more sense,
to be
at
the
least.
MC and not actually win anything.
I don't want to talk about it.
MTV did all of this, and you really want me to believe that this K-pop singer won Best K-pop against BTS when it was supposed to be a
She won't say the
fan
names, I
award
think it's just
and
funny. I
always
love it, though.
constantly beat their fandom at every other award show. So again, it looks like she lost the votes, but won the award because she was there. The same way Jack Harlow and this other group won their categories. We also need to talk about the weird categories the VMAs create just
that's
to
what gets
exclude
me,
BTS
the creative
from the
ones.
important categories they should be nominated to. What is Best Metaverse Performance? What's the criteria? What's their importance? in
Obviously no
music?
time
What
frame.
is Best K-pop supposed to be about? K-pop, it's not a genre.
Literally.
It's an industry.
Literally.
BTS deserves to be nominated to the genres they deserve to be in. The Billboard Music Awards, the American Music Awards, and even the Grammys are not afraid to nominate BTS to Best Pop, Best Rock, or even Best Artist. So why does the VMAs refuse
Clout,
to do the
clout,
same?
clout.
The Best K-pop category was created for BTS, so they can have an excuse to exclude them from the big categories and don't look
And
like
hopefully
they
still
blatantly
watch.
ignored BTS. I saw someone say that the K-pop category was important because it's the only way Korean artists can be part of American award shows, since their numbers are not strong enough in the country to compete for the
Don't
big
fuck with me.
categories.
Don't
And
fuck with
that
me.
is true. Since the Big Three doesn't have any K-pop categories, BTS are the only Korean artists with strong enough numbers to be nominated to these big categories and compete against American artists.
Sales.
However, MTV did not create the K-pop category to give visibility to Korean artists. They did this to exclude BTS from the big categories. Just look at Butter. Butter was nominated in the big categories at the BBMAs and the AMAs, but MTV decided to include it in Best K-pop.
Like it wasn't
even though it's a
literally
song
revolutionary.
completely sung in English, and it has nothing to do with
Nothing.
K-pop. So
That's what gets me too. I know we already talked about how K-pop was literally an industry and not a genre. It's not a genre. But these boys have branched out of it. These boys said literally, we're singing this one in English. What about this has anything to do with Korea besides the fact that we are from Korea? What does it have to do with anything? Nothing. Okay, you got to take Bad Bunny out. You have to put him in a Spanish category. You know, you have to take out all these other artists from all around the world just because this is how we're doing it now. No, it's because they're xenophobic. It's because they're racist. It's because they're using us for clout to watch this stupid show. It's literally Whose Line Is It Anyway? The game where the points don't matter and everything's made up. Literally.
logically, you would think that the K-pop category is for Korean artists. It doesn't matter if they're not singing in Korean. If it's like this, then the VMAs also contradict themselves since they made two white women win the Best Latin category just because they sang in Spanish.
Stop,
Billie
okay.
Eilish, an American white woman, and Rosalia, a woman from Spain, not Latin America, won Best Latin
Best Latin
and went
award.
under fire because of this. So which one is it? Language or nationality?
That's what I'm saying. Be consistent or shut the fuck up. That's what I just
Now,
want to tell
let's
them.
address the biggest controversy of the night. Several media outlets announced that this K-pop group won Group of the Year. However, MTV then announced that it was actually BTS who won. So how did all these media outlets got the wrong information? A popular theory is that it actually was a last-minute change by MTV. This is because even though MTV made a huge deal that this group was going to perform, present, and win many awards, the ratings were still low. And this is not me blaming this group. This group has a pretty big fan base.
A huge
but
fan
award
base.
show ratings are going down every year by the millions. The only times award shows were able to prevent a huge ratings drop was when BTS attended the ceremony.
Isn't that crazy?
For example, the American Music Awards improved their all-time low numbers when BTS attended the 2021 ceremony and performed 2 songs. The same thing happened when BTS attended the 2022 Grammys. Also, every time BTS attends any ceremony, the award show trends on social media. And when BTS doesn't attend the ceremony, the award show hashtags are there, but there is far less engagement and don't even hit the #1 position on trends. So maybe the VMAs thought that this success was interchangeable, and they thought this group was going to give the same effect that BTS gave to the big three.
Something about BTS.
Was that everyone could see that this group and other artists like Jack Harlow clearly lost the votes. So if you went on social media and tried to find anything related to the VMAs, the most popular tweets were about BTS being snubbed. So allegedly, the VMAs decided to change the winners last minute, so BTS could win at least one award and ARMYs could shut up. This will also explain why BTS didn't send a thank you video, which they've done every single year, no matter the importance of.
One thing BTS will do is they will thank ARMY at every single win. They will thank ARMY for every single minuscule award show, whether it's a Grammy all the way down to, what is the lowest of the low? VMAs. That's what BTS does because they love ARMY. Remember that. They will take the time to make sure that they can say thank you. So the fact that there was not a thank you video on that is very sus. I didn't know about all of this drama behind the scenes. That's very sus.
Of the award show. They've even sent thank you videos for the Kids' Choice Awards.
Thank you.
So
that's even better.
If they didn't
That's
send
better.
one this time, it was because this other group was planned to win, and they changed it last minute.
Allegedly.
But they've changed it too late. Every media platform had already released articles about this group winning Group of the Year and explaining with detail all the records they broke. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to be that person and say that this was not an accident. This was media play. Because I know that it is said that the media creates multiple articles in the case anyone wins, but then they post the correct one once the winner is announced. So you may think that one media outlet posted the incorrect article accidentally, and then the rest followed. But it looks like the media didn't prepare articles for both in advance. They only prepared articles in which this K-pop group won. Allegedly, MTV and the K-pop group's label made an agreement, so one of them told the media to prepare articles in advance with all the records the group would have broken if they won this category. That's why the articles about this group winning were so detailed and thought out. Rolling Stones also customized a picture with their logo, the VMA's logo, and the name of the group. Their tweet also had "Make History" in capital letters and a star emoji. However, once MTV made their last-minute decision, the media had to delete the hundreds of articles they put out and change it to BTS instead. But Rolling Stones didn't have a post about BTS winning plan, so even though BTS did break records after winning this category, that was not mentioned in many of the articles like it was on the other group's articles. BTS had no customized pictures, no making history headlines, and no star emojis.
That's crazy. I mean, I know this happens. Media goes out of their way to make two different versions. It happened one time with that presidential election. I don't remember who it was, but maybe John Dole or some shit like that. That wasn't a president, but that who they thought would win. That's a shame. I mean, this is evidence. I didn't know all of this shadiness and all the tweets and stuff had actually gone out. I wasn't aware that was happening behind the scenes, but the fact that it was, and they had to come back with all these non-custom graphics, non-custom winner. Bitch, you know, if BTS would have won and they knew that, they would have made BTS graphics, like sparkles and fireworks and shit like that. Like, you know, this was last minute.
All they had was a reused old photo and a link to see the winners list, not their own article.
So,
like I said before, the VMAs being an attendance award show is not a crazy theory. The media and the artists know this, and MTV has to legally say that they are. So even though this is all a mess, this is not new. Other popular attendance award shows are the People's Choice Awards in America and the Asia Artist Awards in Korea. I could make videos explaining everything they did, but that would be too long and it's basically the same that happened with the VMAs. These award shows choose whoever they want as the winners and create dumb categories so every artist attending can win. The first time ARMYs noticed that this was a thing was when the VMAs created the K-pop category in 2019, so BTS could win here and not be nominated in the main categories against American artists. This is why ARMYs created the BTS Music Video Awards. The BTS MVAs were created by ARMYs as a fun way to celebrate BTS music and make fun of attendance award shows like the VMAs. And the hashtag BTS MVAs and Purple Carpet were a success. Everyone was there. BTS was there, Stevie Aoki was there, Tiny Tan, the BTS Mattel dolls, that one guy Jin met in Malta, the official accounts of the Eiffel Tower and Stay the Friends were there, the Holy Trinity was there, and most importantly, Jonghyun was there. So always celebrities only.
Only.
Jonghyun was there, I swear.
You're recording in front of your sister?
There were also votings, and some of the winners were Love Yourself for Best Social Message, Home for Bob That Deserved a Music Video, Butterfly for Hidden Gem, and Blood, Sweat and Tears was the winner of the night. It won Best Choreography, Best Concept,
My
Best
favorite,
Styling,
baby.
and Favorite Music Video. And there was another mess because
Yes.
Spring Day deserved better, but it was still a very fun night.
Not Army arguing with Army. We would do that though. That is Army nature. Make our own thing and still argue it.
In
Yes!
conclusion, everything related to attendance award shows is a mess.
100%.
When artists take these opportunities to jump to the top, it hurts them because the media and music fans can tell that these awards were not deserved. And please don't think that I'm shaming these artists. There's nothing wrong with being a small or medium artist. What's wrong is trying to convince the general public that you are bigger than you are by faking achievements, buying awards, constantly doing media play, and then posing happily on the red carpet like you achieved so much when you did none of that. Accept that you are a growing artist. Many great real things can actually come to you if you dedicate yourself to your music. You already have a big label behind you and people who support you. You don't have to storm out before the ceremony ends because you lost against a bigger artist. When BTS loses an award, they may be sad, but they stay there.
Like
applaud
good
the winner and
losers,
accept the
not
results,
non-sore
even if
losers.
They think it's unfair. Accepting these fake awards doesn't lead to anything useful or productive. It doesn't give you the visibility you think it gives you.
No.
That publicity is still publicity, but it doesn't create an army. If you want to fake it till you make it, do it without stealing. You might have won against BTS, but how does that matter when you still struggle to fill medium-sized arenas and theaters?
Shade.
I think it's better to prove your artistry with a real audience. Growing little by little is not shameful. BTS did
Literally,
it, and look
decade.
at where
It took
they
them a
are now.
decade.
They are some of the only artists who can fill football stadiums these days, and they did it while ignoring these offers by the VMAs and other attendance awards.
Focus on the right things.
더 큰 데도 갈 수 있었고 기회도 얻었고
긍정적인 방법도 좋지만 조금 더 정직한 방법으로 좋은 음악을 만드는 게 어떨까요?
Baby Jid.
So I guess what I'm saying is
Preach.
believe a little in yourself as an artist. Celebrate your real achievements, no matter how big or small they are. And please follow BTS steps and stop playing MTV's game.
Love that. Thank you, BoraCity. That was a good one. There was a lot of things in here that I did not know about the MTV Music Awards, that whole controversy with Group of the Year and everything. I'm glad I got to see that. Opened my eyes a little bit more, but it's really just such a shame that there are so many people from big award shows down to little people that just use BTS, copy them, and don't really realize all BTS has done. They're literally trying to be at BTS's position after not working many, many years. And I'm not talking about any group in particular. If I wanted to, I could talk about Jack Harlow. You know, he's been here for like 2 years, and Glamorous was not the best song he's ever created first. But what I'm trying to say is that BTS spent 10 years, blood, sweat, and tears throughout that entire time, constantly building up an army one person at a time. They would make sure that everybody felt welcome, make sure that they were in on the team, make sure that they just knew that BTS was also a fan of them. ARMY is fans of BTS, but BTS is also a fan of ARMY. And that's something that's different, I think, with a lot of groups and a lot of different other artists. There are some artists that, don't get me wrong, they do this right. One that I think of a lot is Billie Eilish. I feel like she is one that's really, really close with her fans as well. But at the end of the day, this is not something you see often. And I'm so glad that BoraCity had the time to tell y'all why these stupid award shows are corrupt and why we have to stop getting so down on ourselves. The Grammys are just a bunch of white people choosing it, okay? American Music Awards, stipulations. They probably are a little bit more legitimate. I don't really know. She didn't talk about it too much. Now we know the VMAs, bitch, fake as fuck. Fake as fuck, okay? But y'all be real as fuck, okay? Go support BTS and go show them why we are the best fandom. Okay? I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll be back soon with another video. But until then, see you soon and love ya. Bye. Would love to know them by name. So,